Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and today I want to talk to you about something that was kind of generated by an article that I read on Medium about startup founders who, after what the business calls a liquidity event, either they go public or their company gets sold to a larger company or something happens where they kind of cash out, make a lot of money. What happens to them after that? How do they feel after that? And it's like a real champagne problem to have, right? You make billions of dollars or millions of dollars or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And like, how do you feel? How's everything going? You okay? And it turns out that something pretty common happens to them once they're no longer on a day-to-day basis in the midst of the struggle of, the challenges, the things that happen to you when you're trying to build a business. When you get to the point where you get what you want, something happens. And it's kind of an illustration of be careful what you wish for because you just might get it, right? The thing that happens is they lose their identity. So before they were the struggling entrepreneur with a startup, and they had a story to tell, and they had a daily routine, and they were trying to be efficient and productive. And then everything works out for them, and then they take their money and they kind of go home. And what do you do then? It's one of the reasons that there are serial entrepreneurs, because that's what you know and love. That's the rules that you live your life by. And when those rules change, you're kind of at sea. Now, for us as artists, that happens on a regular basis, especially as we advance and keep moving forward on our journey. When you think about it, first thing you wanted to do was get into the business. At some point in your life, you decided, I want to be a performer. And so whatever rules you were following as a checkout person at the grocery store or a barista or a tutor or a student changed as you decided, okay, I'm going to pursue this. Now, what are the new rules? And those are fun because, now, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get into that position that I really want to be in. Okay, so you train and then you graduate or you start to decide you're going to move to a production center. And we talked about that in the War Chest video. All of a sudden, the rules change. You're no longer trying to get A's in class and do your homework and study Shakespeare. Now you're trying to figure out how the business works and how to get auditions and how to find an agent and where to go to get headshots and things like that. So you have a new set of rules. Then you get some auditions and now you have an even bigger set of rules. How do you do auditioning well? When that audition comes in from your voiceover agent, how do you get to it quickly? Because the window is much narrower in the world of voiceover than it is in stage or film and certainly in television. And then maybe the journey continues even further and you start booking. Now your rules are changing entirely. Now you have the rules of working on set or working on stage. And again, your rule set is going to change. Now think about the people that go even further with that, where they start to get bigger and bigger roles. Maybe even they become super spectacularly successful and they become an A-lister. They have a completely different set of rules than you and I have. Than we did when we were learning and so on. And if you're not ready to accept the idea that the rules will change as you continue your journey, your rule set will change, you're going to have a problem because you're going, wow, how come this doesn't work the way it used to work? How come what I used to think was important and what I used to think wasn't important maybe aren't the same things anymore? And so when you're struggling, one of the things you might want to look at is how are you living your career, your life, your personal life, your professional life? How are you living that in terms of the rules that you follow or the rules that you've set for yourself? And this ties back into our belief system. We talked about limiting beliefs and replacing those with enabling beliefs. And we do that by looking at the rules that we've been living by with those limiting beliefs and changing to a new set of rules. So the rules are constantly changing for you, for me, for everybody in this business. And you need to just understand that, because once you kind of identify that that's going to happen, it's easier to understand that you need to adjust to those new rules. And once you do that, you're going to find that the struggle isn't as hard and the challenges aren't as steep and the hill that you climb isn't that tough, especially if you understand what the new rules are, right? So I hope that helps you. Now, I'd love to hear what your challenges have been as you've progressed through your journey with the rules that you've been living by, and maybe how they've changed. Maybe they caught you off guard. Maybe there was an issue where you saw the rules changing and you were able to handle it. I'd love to know what those stories are. I'd love for you to share those. Just down below this video, just give me a comment. Tell me what's been going on in your life when it comes to the rules that you live by, the identity that you have, the belief structure that you have. If you have any tips or tricks or helpful things that you can share with the rest of us, that would be great. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you know when these videos are published, we're doing one a day these days. Just go ahead and click on my face right there. That's my subscribe button. That's what they use here on YouTube. And if you want the latest video that I've done, you can actually just click on that button, and that just the picture of that video, that's the latest one that's been uploaded. You might be seeing these out of order. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.